guys, welcome back to After the Bell. I'm Haley Winters, and I am here with Jenna Davis, actress, singer, dancer. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm super excited.
So tell me, your fans might know you from being on Chicken Girls.
Correct.
Where you play Monica, right?
Yes.
And she's a member of Power Surge.
Yes, the rival dance team. We're kind of mean and evil.
Yeah, so you're kind of not the nicest character on that show, right?
No, definitely not.
Do you have to get into character to play a mean girl? Or is that, just something deep down?
Definitely not something deep down. I have to definitely get into character. But my character is kind of different because she's nice sometimes and she's mean sometimes. So she has her little ways and kind of different moods, I guess. Because when she's around Luna, she's really mean. But I feel like when she's kind of away from Luna, she's a little bit. I feel like she does have a good heart, but she tries to be tougher than she actually is.
Do you feel like that's a thing that happens in school when girls are mean?
Yeah, I definitely feel like they don't stick up for themselves. They just go with, she's a follower, not a leader, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like that definitely goes on in school settings, and I feel like probably people can relate to Monica and how she feels in some situations because she does have a good heart, but she just goes in the wrong directions.
Yeah. I actually saw on YouTube about a year ago, you did a video where you responded to negative comments.
Yes, I did do that, and that was one of the videos where I just kind of let all my haters let them know, like, I'm not affected by you, so haters gonna hate.
How do you deal with like online bullies or bullies in person?
I don't really pay much attention. I'm a very positive person, and I try to stay away from negativity and bring in the positivity. So I try to just let them know that it doesn't affect me, and I just kind of like stick up for myself and know that I have so many people around me that are so supportive and loving, and I focus more on that type of energy than the negative energy.
I think that's a really good way to go about it.
Yeah.
So let's see. You dance, you act, you sing.
Yes.
Which of these things came first?
Well, probably singing came first for me. Ever since I was born, my mom and I were singing. I was born in a musical environment. Me and my mom sang all the time. My mom was a voice teacher for 20 years, and when we came out here, she let that go, which I'm very thankful for, and I'm just very thankful that I'm out here and able to pursue my dreams. And singing, having my mom being a singer, I think have definitely helped me down the road as well, because she gives me tips when I post singing covers or when I need them or when something just doesn't seem right. Yeah. She can always help me, and I think that has really helped in the business that I am in. So,
at what point did you know you wanted to sing as more than just a hobby at home, and did you say to your mom, I want to come out to LA, I want to pursue this big time? How did she feel about that? How are your parents been through all this?
Yeah, so everyone's been super supportive, and when I started off in theater, so when I was 10, there was a community theater where I was from called Chaska Community Theater, and they're doing Annie, which is such like a kid musical, and when I was like 5, I was like in The Lion King, I was like a baby lion and like little people and things like that. I was always not a main character, but when I saw that, I was like, I want to be Molly. I was like, I want to do it. I really want to do it. I was like, I'm still in a good age. I was one of the smallest ones auditioning. So I go there, audition, and my mom is very an honest person, which I love. And she told me, she's like, Jenna, I don't want you to expect that you're going to book this, okay? Because, this is your first time auditioning for a lead, It's, you don't expect it, okay? And I was like, okay. And so I do it. I audition. It went great. That night, I get a call back. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. My mom's like, okay. And then I book it. I booked it, and it was my first job ever. And I was just so excited, and I learned all my lines previously, and I never would practice them. My mom was like, Jenna, why aren't you practicing your lines? Oh, Mom, I have them. Never messed up once on stage, ever. And people would come up to my mom and be like, Jenna's so talented. My mom's like, she is in acting? They're like, yeah, she's like such a talented actress. And she was like, wow. And then, just a couple weeks later, a manager from just online reached out to my mom and was like, hey, are you interested? So we started doing self-tapes, and then, and then it just kind of took off from there. That's how, we tried out coming out in LA. It went successful. I mean, I was getting close to booking projects. I didn't get it, but I was very close. And at the time, I realized that I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I mean, I did get very far, but I knew, now I realized, hey, I wasn't quite ready then. And then we just kind of went back for the summer, and then we came back, and my dad was like, okay, we're going to give you a little bit of time. I'll give you 6 months. Those 6 months went by. I booked projects. Okay, I'm going to give you another 6 months. This thing kind of went on for a while, and then we just realized that I'm being successful. I love what I do. I mean, it is a sacrifice, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. We know, and it's every day, it feels worth it. I mean, this journey is kind of like a roller coaster, we say. You have your ups and your downs and your ups and your downs.
Yep.
But that's kind of how it all started. It just kind of excelled from there. So.
And so when you got that role in Annie, was it Molly?
Yes, it was.
There's a lot of big actresses who got their start either in Annie playing Molly. I think it was Sarah Hyland who was Molly in when they remade the movie. And I know that Ariana Grande started in Annie. She was Annie. And Sarah Jessica Parker was the original Annie on Broadway. So it's a show that totally has been the starting point for a lot of other actresses. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I was having my hopes so high. My mom was like, I don't want you to be sad if you don't get it. And then here I went, just go in, this 10-year-old kid has done nothing. I mean, it didn't really matter because it was a community theater.
Sure,
so,
but it's still,
and then
auditions are scary.
They are, and I feel everyone gets kind of nervous, and as myself, I was pretty proud of myself to just go in there and be like, hey, I'm gonna give it my all, and it just kind of paid off. And that's kind of how I feel if you're an actress out here in LA or anywhere just in your hometown, you gotta put your best foot forward. And even though you're not gonna get it, because this business has so many rejections, but there's gonna be a point where you're going to excel, and it's just gonna be off for the better, and you have to be willing to fight, I guess.
Totally. I mean, what would be your best advice for when you do get those rejections? Because that's so much of pursuing any sort of career in the public is people will say no, and it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, at first it was just kind of they don't like me, but you can't take it personal because you never know, especially for acting. It could be your looks, it could be your height, I mean, it could be your hair color, and it's just, you can't take it personally, and you may have to be related to a family member, and you may have to look like them. And if you don't, then, you can't just take it personally, because everyone, they have talents, and it's not always about that sometimes. So you just gotta have to take it, I guess, with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? And you just have to kind of just be like, I'm gonna get the next one, or I'm gonna move on. You kind of don't have to focus on it, I guess.
Yeah.
You just have to focus on the positivity, I guess. That's my big thing.
Totally. So, okay, at Sweety High, I mentioned this earlier, but we are obsessed with Dua Lipa new rules.
Yes.
So obviously, we've seen your cover.
Yeah.
And you had a whole video. Can you tell me a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, so that was my first video where I incorporated a boy involved, because my past videos I never have, and it fit. Yeah. And we wanted to do something different because Dua Lipa is so amazing and
the queen.
Yeah, and she's we wanted to do something different from her video, but which was so good, may I mention,
amazing video.
Amazing video.
Girl
She's
power.
so talented. And so we wanted to do something that fit with the song and something that was colorful and that could make sense for teens and tweens who might be going through the same problem. So, we were trying to figure out what was gonna happen, and we were like, well, what if we incorporated a boy in it, because that would make sense, because that's what basically the whole song is about. Right. So we just kind of I wanted dancers, because I do dance, and so I want to incorporate, whenever I do it, I want to entertain people. Mm-hmm. I feel I'm kind of like a Britney Spears in a way, where I want to dance and sing and do all my talents at once.
Yeah.
So I always want to dance in my music videos. I'm always going to do that, I promise. Unless it's a really sad song and I have to doesn't really make sense.
Slow dancing.
Just oh, right. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so it just kind of all came together. I have an amazing producer and cinematographer, and they always, they kind of plan, and we just kind of wanted it to be something so colorful and I guess something that people could relate to. So we thought hey, Santa Monica Pier. Mm-hmm. It's because we wanted to do it with a bunch of dates and things like that, so it made sense. So I just so I just didn't just met the boy, so it would be like that. But it was really fun. I mean, who played the boy was Dakota Lewis, who is Mads and Riley's other triplet, and I met Dakota like a bunch of other times through Mads and Riley.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool, and we're both like around the same height. You know what I mean? So it just
Yeah.
kind of all worked out. And it was very good. I mean, it was so believable. I mean, he did a great job. I mean, all the
Dakota's
dancers
great.
and everything. Yeah, he's great. So it just kind of all worked out, and in a way that was just how we wanted it. Like, it turned out perfectly. Like, I don't think I could change it if I could.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, you mentioned Britney Spears as being someone you kind of aspire. What do you see for yourself in Jenna Davis's best world, where everything kind of works out in the long run?
Yeah.
What is your career gonna look like?
So I feel like Britney has made herself like, she's like a legend. I mean, everybody knows who she is. And I want to be somebody like that, but I want to be like where everybody knows who I am, but I want to set a good example and things like that. And I want to be able to go on tour like she is, performing with big people, being able to dance, having those backup dancers behind her, doing all those cool stunts. I think is so interesting. Like, it's never a boring show when you're watching her. And I think that's something that I would love to, just
Come
make
out with
somebody.
like a big boa constrictor on,
I
like
mean,
the snake.
I don't know about a boa constrictor. Those things
just
I
like
don't
a cute rabbit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like a cute little rabbit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be like, when I perform, never to be expected. Like, I want there never to be like a dull moment where they're just like sitting there watching, they're like, oh, her voice is great, but I'm just not having a good time. I never want that to ever be said.
You want to put on a show.
I want to put on a show, and I think that would be something that I would love to do in the future. I mean, I think I'm a little young now, but, hey, I mean, we can work up to it. You know what I mean?
Britney got her big hit was at 16, so you're like 3 years early already.
Right, and I mean, she got to be able to do, I believe it was the Mickey Mouse Club. Another thing, like Disney, I would love to, be able to do that and be able to do a show where I can do everything that I love to do.
Yeah.
Like, I love to dance, sing, and act. Like, I could do all of those, would just be a dream. Like, I don't know what I do. I'd just be so excited.
All right, so what's coming up for you next? I know that you've got the Chicken Girls movie is coming soon.
Yeah.
And you also shot another movie called
Saturday at the Starlight.
Saturday at the Starlight.
Yeah.
What is that about?
So Saturday at the Starlight is a whole night based on this roller rink of roller skating. And it's about a tween birthday party bonanza, a prom, and a drug dealer, which is kind of like, it's a little like, but yeah, so it's definitely something for the older ones to watch out there. So, if those little ones, you're growing up, you'll be able to watch it one day. Because I don't think it's not for little ones, but definitely the Chicken Girls movie. I definitely think that's for everyone.
Everyone can watch
Everyone
that.
can watch it.
Are you a good roller skater?
To be honest with you, yes and no. Because, so I have gone roller skating with some of my best friends, and I'm like one of those people who's like really energetic. I always dance along, and my friend Mason Contino, if you guys know who he is, I'm not sure. If you do, yeah, you do. Okay, great.
Yes.
They put like a sneak cam on me, so I was like doing like this and like dancing all along, and everybody else is like, just chilling, and I'm just dancing, and they sneak cam me, and they're like filming me this whole time. So I think I can keep my balance.
Yeah.
I can definitely dance on skates. Like, that's should definitely be a trend. So if anybody wants to dance with me, you're welcome.
On skates?
Yeah, on skates. Like, I definitely think that somebody should write a movie about that, like the dancing roller skating
Dancing
person.
roller skates, skater girls.
Yeah.
We need that.
We do need that.
All right.
I mean, we should start creating it. Somebody out there, pitch an idea. Let's do it.
Let's work on it.
Let's
Okay,
totally
Jenna
work on
Davis,
it.
she skates really well and she dances too.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Jenna, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank
Can
you
you let
guys.
everybody know where they can follow you?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at It's Jenna Davis, YouTube Jenna Davis, Twitter Jenna Davis _5. That's my favorite number, by the way. And all my other social medias at It's Jenna Davis.
All right, thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.